Hey everyone, it's Mitch Simon, Reinventing Leadership. We're focused right now on how you can become an incredible virtual leader because we're distributed now. Our people are not in our offices, in our conference rooms, and we need to have power and force and truth and trust and compassion and empathy and vulnerability and you name it, all the leadership attributes that we knew before. We just need to figure out how to do them online. So what we're doing right now is we're looking at what do you need to dive into to be an incredible leader virtually, where you're not in the same room, you're not in the same four walls as the people that you lead. It's important that you make these deeper connections, that you demonstrate empathy, that you're much more vulnerable. Otherwise, you're just going to lose them. And the beautiful thing about our current time, even though there's a lot of horrible things in our current time, the beautiful thing, the silver lining, I think, is because we're separated, I think a lot of us just need to become much more real, much more vulnerable. And frankly, this is great. This is a great thing about leadership because you're basically being forced to be a better leader. Right? You're being forced to be more vulnerable. You're being forced to have more empathy. Right? All of the podcasts that we've been creating and recording, everyone we're talking to is saying virtual leadership, it's all about empathy. It's all about empathy. So a lot of this work that I'm sharing right now, it's actually backed up with research, like real research. It's kind of exciting because we're involved in the research and following people who are a couple steps ahead of us in this new virtual world. So anyways, what are we talking about today? We're talking about cause. Now, cause, what's your cause? Is about clients, right? What's your purpose? What's the impact that you have on your clients? It's about core. Who are you? What are your strengths? What do you love to do? And now we're at the third one, which for those of you who know me, this is one of my favorites, which is care. Care, which is what do you care about? Now, I know we've had a lot of conversations about what you care about, so we're going to move on to, I think, what the core question is, and especially now, in this Groundhog Day world that we're living in, where every day seems like the day before, I ask and care, what are your aspirations? You're like, what? What do you mean aspirations? I just got to get my work done. I'm like working crazier than ever. There will be a coming out of COVID time. Don't know when. There will be a future. 2020 will go away. And we have another half of 2020 left. It's what are your aspirations? Like, where do you want to grow? What skills do you want to develop? How do you want people to know you? What brand do you want to build about yourself? These are hard questions when we were in the office and scrambling between coffee and driving to work, remember that? And driving home to see our kids. But I do think it's a real leader right now who's saying, I'm not going to forget about your aspirations. Yes, we might be in this pandemic, but not only am I going to not forget about your aspirations, I'm going to have you dive deep into what your aspirations are because you need to have that to kind of bring you forward every single day. Where are you going? And not only that, how am I as a virtual leader going to get you there? And then not only that, are we talking about your aspirations on the Zoom or the WebEx or the Teams with the rest of the people around you? Like, say what? Yeah, that's still important. I just finished a session using the Inspired Teams model with Dr. Steve Wolf. And if you want to have a team that really can make it through these VUCA, right? This really unpredictable, crazy world that we're in, you really have to have a team that is pulling in not only for your present situation, but for your future, for your aspirations. So the virtual leader, he or she has this challenge right now, which is not only to get the work done now, but to really say, look, I'm here for you for the future. So tell me what your aspirations are. My aspirations right now is to have a really successful podcast. My aspirations are to get much better at this video medium. Hopefully I'm doing well. I'm now changing shirts every day. That's kind of new for me because otherwise I'm on t-shirts all day. Learning the technology, getting deeper, getting more vulnerable. My aspirations are to really push out this whole area of virtual leadership, utilizing the incredible wisdom I'm getting from my clients, but also being able to impact so many other leaders who are really in a quandary of how do I do this thing? How do I make it happen beyond the thrill or the fear of the first 3, 4, 5 months? And how do we connect people over the long term? And not only that, have them connected to our specific culture for the long term. And you know what? To get there, we're going to have to be connecting individuals to their cause. What impact do you want to have on your clients? What's at the core of who you are? And then finally, care. What are your aspirations? What do you really care about? And how can I get my entire team, our entire team, committed to understanding what each person's aspirations are and supporting each person get to a vision of themselves that's greater than they are today. So that's reinventing leadership. That's cause. That's virtual leadership. Have those conversations with your team. Connect with your team. Show them some empathy. Get vulnerable with them. You're going to build some incredible, incredible relationships that will last forever. And through this medium, we'll be more intimate and connected than you ever could have imagined. Thanks, Mitch Simon, Reinventing Leadership. We'll see you next time.